Spring is late this year. We have still a lot of snow, but hiking season is just around the corner. And this is the only backpack that I use on my trips, on my multi-day trips or overnight trips. And 45 liter is really quite enough for about a week. You just have to know what to bring and what to leave behind. You also need to have gear that is small and light. So I will show you how I pack my backpack and what kind of stuff I bring on my multi-day trips up to about a week. On a summer hike up to 1 week, this is all the gear that I bring. Only thing missing here is food and camera gear, but everything else. Sleeping bag, 3-season down bag, down to -7 somewhere. It's a Western Mountaineering Ultralight. And the sleeping bag I use together with one sheet inside as a protection from dirt. I also keep the sleeping bag inside a dry bag that also works as a pump bag for the sleeping mat. And the sleeping bag goes into the backpack first at the bottom. It fits really nice down there. Then I have the sleeping mat, air mat. This one is from Sea to Summit. Goes next. And then I have some extra clothes inside a dry bag. Keep everything in dry bags so they don't get wet. If the weather is cold or I'm going on high altitude, I bring a warmer shirt than this one. And on my summer hikes I use mostly gas stove. This one is Optimus Crux, quite small and light. And the gas can is 230 grams. It's enough for 1 week. The cook set is Optimus something. It's about ½ liter, and I use this for everything. There is one trick to keep the weight down, to minimize the gear, to use everything for many purposes. So I make food in this, I make coffee, and I also eat from this. So I have no other plate to eat on. Works really well if you're solo hiking. And for eating I have one fork. I don't bring a spoon usually. It depends on what I eat, of course, but this is usually what I have. Windshield for the stove, very simple, from aluminium. And of course the mug, Kuxa. And here I have some first aid stuff. painkillers, tape, small stuff, good too. Things you might need on your trip. Very small, minimize it to a maximum. Small notebook, nice to have. Write down things, observations and whatever. I like to do that. Knife, also very small and light. I don't use knife much on my hikes. Actually, hardly ever. Mostly just to open things or cut a small stick or small things. And of course, always map and compass. A pair of gloves, very light, thin. In summer hikes you don't need much. This works down to just below 0. Rain pants, light pair, easy to put on, together with rain jacket. This is the only jacket that I wear on my hikes, so it's all-around jacket. As you know, in the Scandinavian mountains you don't need to carry any water. You can drink almost every water you find from lakes and creeks. But it's nice to have a bottle, especially at night in the tent when we wake up and are thirsty. And then we have the tent. Quite light, small tent, 1 person, tarp tent notch. Very happy with this one. The cook size, nice to have, easy at hand if you want to drink from a creek. So I have it on the waist belt. I haven't packed this very neat today, but as you can see, it's about 2/3 of the backpack. So I have plenty of space for food and camera. The tent on top. I also have one very light and thin pad. Nice to have when you're taking breaks, or if it's a cold night you need something extra on the sleeping mat. And the hiking poles, I like to go with those. I also use them for the tent. And of course the binoculars. I never leave without those. I think I covered the most important parts, but if you have any questions about packing or the gear, so just drop a comment and I try to answer. Let's go hiking.